Welcome to SoulScripture, where every word is a map for the awakened soul, where every chosen one is called not just to survive, but to soar. If you're listening now, it's no coincidence. There is a reason you feel so different, so apart, so unexplainably alone in a world crowded with faces. You try to blend in, to laugh at the jokes, to share in the rhythms of daily life. But something never quite clicks. There's a quiet, distant sense that you are watching this world from behind a glass, seeing patterns others can't, feeling storms they don't notice, carrying questions that never leave your heart. Let's be honest, sometimes this isolation feels like a punishment. You see people surrounded by friends, walking in the comfort of easy belonging, while you move through your days shadowed by a longing you can't name. It's tempting to ask, what's wrong with me? Why am I always the outsider? But what if I told you, right now, that this loneliness isn't a flaw or a cosmic mistake? What if it's the most sacred sign that you are being set apart, not cast away? Pause and breathe. Let these words find you. This ache inside you is not confusion. It is confirmation. It's the universe, the divine, the great orchestrator of destinies, whispering that you are not ordinary. You are not here to blend in. You are here to break through, to rise in a way that will change not just your story, but the stories of those who will come after you. The world's indifference is not a sentence, it's a summons. The quiet emptiness is not exile, it's initiation. Think of every ancient story, every mythic hero, every soul called to greatness. Did they begin in crowds? No, they began in wilderness, in obscurity, in the echoing silence of being misunderstood and unseen. This is the sacred paradox. The chosen are always set apart before they are set ablaze. Before any great emergence, there is always a season of hiddenness, of spiritual winter. You, chosen one, are in the winter of your preparation. And this cold is the proof that you are about to be ignited. Feel the urgency. You cannot afford to numb yourself, to run to distractions or fill your life with noise just to quiet the ache. This loneliness is a signaler, spiritual alarm, telling you that something massive is about to break open. You are not being punished. You are being positioned, prepared for a mission that only the rarest souls are trusted to carry. The universe, spirit, God, whatever language speaks to your soul has drawn you away from the crowd so you can hear the one voice that truly matters. In this silence, you are being called home to yourself. You are being carved, shaped, strengthened, so that when the moment comes, and it will come, you will not hesitate. This loneliness is the forge, and you are the sword being tempered for the battles and blessings ahead. Don't waste this pain by wishing it away. Instead, recognize it for what it truly is, the hidden launch sequence of your divine purpose. Every tear, every night spent wondering, why me, is part of your unique code. This season will not last forever, but it will build something in you that nothing else can. A clarity, a knowing, an unshakable core. Stand in your solitude. Chosen one. The breakthrough is not coming for the crowd. It's coming for you. And you alone. Right now. The sacred signal is sounding. The world may have forgotten you, but the divine never has. Your loneliness is the announcement that you have been set apart for something that will change everything. Do you feel the air changing? Chosen one. It's not just your imagination. every pang of isolation, every moment when you look around and feel like you're living in another reality, is evidence that you are being set apart for sacred transformation. While others find comfort in fitting in, you are being summoned to stand out, called to a path where the ordinary cannot breathe. The loneliness you feel is not emptiness. It is a divine space being cleared for something new to take root. This is spiritual surgery, the removal of distractions, the pruning of relationships, the stripping away of every comfort that could anchor you to mediocrity. You are in the chrysalis. Remember, the caterpillar must surrender to the cocoon, alone, in darkness, before it can emerge as something no one, maybe not even itself, could have imagined. There is agony in the transformation. There is also beauty. What seems like isolation is, in truth, a high Kalinga training ground for those meant to carry light into the world's deepest shadows. Throughout history, every legendary figure has walked this narrow way. Think of Moses, exiled from the palace, wandering in the desert. Think of the prophets, mystics, and wisdom keepers who endured long nights of loneliness before their gifts could be revealed. Even great kings like David spent years in caves, hidden from view, so their spirit could be forged in secret. The universe, it seems, trusts only those who can be faithful in obscurity before they are lifted into the light. This is your season of divine preparation. The world around you may not understand. They might call you distant, to strange, even broken. But you, chosen one, are being rewired at the deepest level. Old patterns are crumbling. The dreams that once kept you tethered to what is safe are now fading, making room for visions far bigger than your past self could hold. You are not losing your mind. You are losing the mind that was programmed for smallness. The urgency is real. Do not waste this solitude by chasing approval or longing for the applause of the crowd. Your isolation is the vault where your most potent gifts are being refined. This is the cosmic gym, the spiritual boot camp, where strength is forged through silence and stamina is built through stillness. Those who seek constant company will never understand the depths being carved in your soul right now. As you surrender to this sacred process, you'll begin to feel subtle shifts, your intuition sharpening, your dreams becoming more vivid, your sense of timing and purpose growing stronger. You'll see things others overlook. You'll begin to discern the hidden currents beneath everyday life. This is the birth of your new vision. Chosen one. The loneliness was only the soil. Now, transformation is the seed, breaking open beneath the surface. Let your solitude be holy. Let your tears be the water that softens your heart for new wisdom to enter. Do not fear the silence. It is the language of the divine. In this season, you are not being diminished, you are being enlarged. Prepare, for soon, your light will outgrow every shadow that tried to contain you. Stay awake. This transformation is happening now, and the world is about to see the sacred power hidden within your pain. You felt the sting of rejection more times than you can count, haven't you? Doors that once seemed open have slammed shut without warning. People you trusted drifted away, leaving only silence in their wake. Every time it happens, it cuts a little deeper, leaving you wondering if maybe you did something wrong, or if you're just too different to belong. But what if you could see, for just a moment, the true shape of your journey? What if every rejection was actually a layer of divine protection, carefully placed to shield your spirit for what's ahead. Chosen one. You are not being punished. You are being redirected. The universe spirit, source, the divine, isn't closing doors to hurt you. It's rerouting you away from lesser destinies, keeping you from places and people that would dim your light or dilute your mission. That hurt you felt? It was the hidden hand of grace, ensuring you didn't settle for a life too small for your soul's design. Think about it. In every ancient story, the greatest souls were rejected before they were revered. Look at Joseph, betrayed by his own brothers, cast into darkness, and forgotten in a foreign land. What seemed like disaster was actually the beginning of elevation. In exile, his gifts ripened. In prison, his wisdom deepened. And when the time was right, he emerged, not in spite of rejection, but because of it. This is not just a story for scripture. It's a blueprint for every chosen one. The pain of rejection is real, and I will never minimize it. But you must recognize the sacred paradox. The very moments that broke you were the moments that redirected you toward your higher calling. You were never being disqualified. You were being qualified, strengthened, made immune to the shallow approval of those who can't see the fullness of your destiny. Feel the urgency. If you spend your life mourning the doors that closed, you'll miss the gates swinging open in places you never expected. The next phase of your life requires you to release old disappointments. Your path is no longer about chasing acceptance or seeking validation from those who could never understand the magnitude of your calling. There's a fierce grace in letting go. Every rejection is the universe whispering, "Not here. Not yet. There's something greater ahead." You are being guided, even when it feels like you're wandering lost. The obstacles were never meant to bury you. They were meant to build you, to teach your soul endurance, to make your spirit resilient and unbreakable. Trust that the pain you feel is evidence of how close you are to the threshold of your purpose. Stop asking why they left, why things ended, why doors slammed. Instead, ask, what is being prepared for me that requires this level of protection? Because, chosen one, when the moment of alignment arrives, you will walk through doors no rejection can close. You will realize every no was making space for the sacred yes that your soul has been waiting for. You are not forgotten. You are being fiercely protected for the destiny only you can fulfill. Stand in this truth. Even when your heart aches, the best is not behind you. It is rising, just beyond the horizon, summoning you to step forward into a new realm where rejection is no longer your story, but your superpower. There comes a moment, chosen one, when the night seems never-ending, when you are convinced that your pain is a sentence and your loneliness a curse. This is the dark night that shapes your light. It's a crucible, not a coffin. You are not being buried. You are being transformed. Every chosen soul must be broken and remade before they can carry the frequency of their true mission. The world teaches that pain is something to avoid. That darkness means defeat. But in the divine blueprint, it is precisely in the darkness that the strongest light is born. Your breaking is not your ending. It is the alchemy of destiny at work. Imagine the blacksmith and the sword. The blade is thrust again and again into the fire, beaten, shaped, then plunged into cold. Only through this relentless process does it become unbreakable, worthy of legendary battles. You, too, are in the forge. Each heartbreak, every tear, every sleepless night spent wrestling with your purpose is a strike of the hammer, shaping you for a future that requires more strength than most will ever be asked to bear. In the stories of old, the greatest heroes are the ones who suffered most deeply in secret. David, before he wore the crown, hid in the cave and cried out in the dark. He knew betrayal, loss, exhaustion. He was stripped of everything familiar, and in that emptiness, he met the fullness of his calling. The same is true for you. The divine does not call the perfect, he calls the prepared. And preparation always requires a breaking. Right now, it may feel like your life is falling apart, piece by piece. Friendships dissolve. Opportunities vanish. The world goes quiet. This isn't the universe ignoring you, it's the universe refining you. Chosen one. You are being carved out to hold a greater light. Do not curse your pain. Embrace it. Lean into the discomfort. For it is in these nights of tears and confusion that humility is born, that faith is stretched, and that your heart learns how to hold both suffering and hope at once. This is the hidden gift of being broken. What once would have destroyed you becomes the very ground where you rebuild stronger, softer, wiser. Your scars are not shameful, they are sacred. They're the signposts on your soul's journey. Each one evidence that you survived what was meant to take you out. And you chose to rise again anyway. Now is not the time to hide your wounds. Show them to the sky. Tell the universe, here I am. Battered, but not beaten. Uncertain, but still standing. Let your pain be seen. There is power in your vulnerability. And there is purpose in your breaking. The world's most beautiful souls are those who have been cracked open. And in the cracks, the light pours through. Remember, the dark night is not forever. It is the necessary passage before dawn. Hold on. Chosen one. This breaking is making you are not lost. You are in the sacred fire. And on the other side, you will emerge as the light the world has been waiting for. The world fears silence. But chosen one, you must learn to cherish it. For it is within the sacred hush when all distractions fall away. When the phones stop ringing and no footsteps echo down the hallway, that the greatest revelations unfold. This is the place where divine wisdom is seeded into your soul. In this quiet, your spirit is drawn closer to the source. In the absence of outer noise, your inner frequency is tuned to the whisper of your true mission. You may wonder, as so many chosen have before, why does it feel like the world has gone silent just when I need answers the most? But here is the hidden truth. Silence is not punishment. It's a portal. When you are stripped of company and applause, you are being invited into the Holy of Holies, private conversation between your heart and the divine. This is the realm where the veils lift and downloads of clarity, guidance, and vision pour in. In these moments, your intuition sharpens. Subtle signs appear. Synchronicities multiply. The wisdom that once seemed locked away now flows like a river, because there is nothing left to block it. Remember, the mystics and prophet show their most life-changing messages came not in crowded squares, but in deserts, caves, and gardens of solitude. Even the most celebrated spiritual guides received their instructions in the quiet. Often, after years of silence, Moses stood alone in the wilderness. The Buddha found enlightenment beneath the Bodhi tree in solitude. Greatness is always born out of sacred silence. If you are in a season where it feels like everyone has forgotten you, take heart. The divine is clearing the stage, so you can finally hear the only voice that matters. Your dreams, your worries, to your confusion, they are all being gathered and refined in this spiritual silence. Your prayers, even the ones you whisper without words, are amplified now. The universe leans in closer to listen. Your soul is never more visible to spirit than when you sit in honest, unguarded stillness. Do not rush to fill the emptiness. Resist the urge to busy yourself or drown out the quiet with noise. Every second in this silence is a chance for spiritual recalibration. You're learning to discern what is truly for you and what is just distraction. You're learning to recognize the subtle nudges that point you to your destiny. When you emerge from this season, you will be unrecognizable to those who never witnessed your hidden transformation. Let your silence be your sanctuary. Let it be the place where your old self dissolves and your new self is revealed. In these moments, ask the universe, ask the divine, what is it you want me to hear? What wisdom do you have for me here? In this quiet, then listen truly, listen with all your senses. The answers will come, perhaps not as thunder, but as a quiet knowing that shifts the course of your entire life. This sacred silence is temporary, but what you gain in it will last forever. When the world grows loud again, you will carry a clarity and calm that nothing can shake. This is how the chosen become unstoppable, by shouting their truth to the crowd, but by learning to hear the soft, unwavering call within. Welcome this silence. Chosen one. It is the womb of all miracles. Chosen one. It's easy to see your struggles only as wounds, to count the scars and ask why you had to endure so much. But let me speak a deeper truth into your spirit. Every trial you faced, every disappointment, every heartbreak and moment of confusion has been secretly preparing you for blessings so profound that ordinary eyes cannot see them. Your breaking has not only humbled you, it has hollowed out space inside you. Space that is now being filled with gifts uniquely shaped for your journey. Sometimes, you wonder if you are being punished for being different. The world's constant message is that if you are hurting, you must have done something wrong. But the real story, the sacred secret known only to the chosen, is that your pain is a form of hidden mercy. The divine, in infinite wisdom, will sometimes empty your hands so they are ready to receive what cannot be carried alongside the baggage of your old self. Remember this: gold must be melted to be purified. Diamonds are only made under pressure. The more crushing the weight, the more valuable the outcome. Look at the moments when you lost what you thought you couldn't live without. Trace the times when relationships dissolved or dreams were delayed. And ask yourself, what emerged from those ashes? Did you not find a new level of wisdom, a resilience that surprises even you? The world may see only your suffering, but spirit sees the strength that's rising within you. There is a sacred economy to your breaking. Every tear shed in private, every prayer spoken through gritted teeth is accounted for. The universe wastes nothing, not a single sigh, not a single sleepless night. Your trials are not random. They are custom designed to carve out in you the very qualities your mission requires: empathy, discernment, unshakable faith, courage. These are not born in easy times, but in the fire of adversity. It is time to stop resenting your hardships and start recognizing them as initiations. Each challenge is a hidden blessing, a stepping stone to your unique purpose. If the divine allowed your heart to be broken, it was only to make room for something greater, something so powerful that your old self could not contain it. When you find yourself at your lowest, I know that the next chapter is already forming in the unseen. Sometimes the universe must break you open to reveal the treasures buried inside. Feel the energy shift. You are on the edge of revelation. Soon, what looked like defeat will reveal itself as the foundation for miracles. The wisdom, strength, and compassion that have been growing in the shadows will soon be brought to the light. Others may never see the invisible battles you have fought, but your destiny was never meant to be ordinary or easily explained. The time is coming when you'll look back and realize every wound was a doorway, every loss, a path to greater fulfillment. Stand in the truth of your own becoming. Chosen one. You are not broken, you are blessed. You are not being punished, you are being promoted. Every struggle has been a sacred investment in the future only you can create. Chosen one. Do you sense the shift? There's a trembling in your spirit, a pulse of anticipation that refuses to be ignored. After so many seasons hidden in the shadows, you are nearing the end of your time in hiding. The universe, the divine, has been quietly preparing you, not for another cycle of survival, but for a bold emergency, a moment when all that you endured behind closed doors becomes the fuel for a public elevation that cannot be denied. You may have noticed the signs. Your dreams are becoming more vivid, filled with symbols and instructions that stir your soul awake at night. Unexpected synchronicities are weaving through your days, each one a secret confirmation that you are on the threshold of something colossal. The heaviness you once felt is slowly giving way to a growing sense of purpose, a knowing that you have outgrown the old spaces and the old stories that used to define you. The sense of urgency is rising now, is not the time to shrink or hide your light for the comfort of others. This is the sacred tipping point. You are being called forward to step into arenas where your wisdom, your scars, your authenticity will be your greatest assets. The world, whether it knows it or not, has been waiting for your unique voice, your rare vision, your unbreakable spirit. Remember, emergence is never sudden. Just as seeds break open in darkness before they ever touch the sun, your soul's preparation has been happening beneath the surface for a long time. Every rejection, every sleepless night, every whispered prayer was a rehearsal for the stage you are about to claim. The divine does nothing by accident. You have been delayed, not denied, held back, not forgotten, all so you could be strengthened for the season that's now at hand. Feel the excitement in the air, the magnetic pull towards something greater. The people who once doubted you, who couldn't see the depth of your becoming, will soon witness your rising. But remember, this emergence is not about proving anyone wrong. It's about embodying everything you have become. Your presence will be felt. Your voice will carry power. And those who are meant to receive your light will find you at exactly the right moment. Take a moment, chosen one, to honor how far you've come. The old you is gone, shed like the skin of a serpent, ready for a new dawn. Step into this next season with boldness, humility, and gratitude. You are ready. The tests have ended. The lessons have been learned. The energy is shifting, and you are on the verge of stepping into spaces that once seemed out of reach. Do not resist this elevation. Trust that you are exactly where you are meant to be. The waiting was not wasted. It was the preparation for a destiny that is about to unfold before your eyes. Stand tall. Walk forward. The world will never be the same after your arrival. Chosen one. You've walked the wilderness, borne the silence, survived the storms, And now, at the threshold of your new becoming, you stand on holy ground. Feel it in your chest, the anticipation, the promise, the echo of every lonely night rising up as power within you. This is not just another day. This is your moment of confirmation. Everything you have, enduredivery, heartache, every rejection, every unanswered prayer was part of a sacred sequence designed to launch you beyond every limitation you once believed was real. Let's gather all that pain and turn it into proof. You are not broken. You are not overlooked. You are not behind. You are the survivor of 1,000 silent battles. The phoenix rising from ashes, the world never even saw. This is your divine validation, if you were set apart. It was only to be set above. If you were made to walk alone, it was to hear wisdom reserved for leaders and healers, for the rare souls who dare to go first. As you step into this new era, repeat this truth deep within. I am not the same. I am unshakable. My loneliness was a passageway to my power. You have been prepared for a purpose that will not only transform your life, but will ripple out and heal others who walk beside you. The world may still misunderstand you, but the divine never has. Every step, every tear, every hard-won lesson was counted and cherished, meant to elevate you, not just for your own sake, but for the sake of the world you're here to shift. Feel the urgency. Now is the time to answer your calling. The doors that once closed are about to open, with a force that will sweep away every doubt. You cannot afford to shrink. You cannot afford to deny the mission that was encoded in your soul since before birth. The new energy rising within you is undeniable. It is your birthright to step forward with confidence, to shine without apology, to speak your truth without fear. As you cross this threshold, let me offer you this divine confirmation. The blessing carried through every chapter of your pain. You are not just chosen, you are crowned. You are not just called, you are commissioned. Every trial was a setup for this moment of expansion. The next steps you take are covered, protected, and blessed. You are supported by the unseen realms, backed by the wisdom of every ancestor who dreamed of this breakthrough. You will not walk alone, not ever again. So, receive this. The twist is that what you thought was your rejection was really your launch. What looked like delay was your divine acceleration. The pain, the silence, the breaking it was all the beginning of your rising. The real story is only just beginning. Go forward, chosen one, and let your life be the undeniable proof that every lonely night was worth it. Stay tuned, for what's coming next will reveal just how unstoppable you truly are.